Ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar and a very good morning to you all. On behalf of Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute, I am Agalya, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology, delighted to welcome you all to this virtual faculty development program on Framework and Implementation of NEP 2020. We are thrilled to witness such an enthusiastic participants gathered to deepen their understanding of this significant topic. It's my pleasure to invite Dr. N. Kanya, Professor, Head of the Department of Information Technology, Dean Student Affairs, to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, Akalya. Good morning, everyone. I'm happy to welcome you all to this 5 days virtual faculty development program on framework and implementation of NEP 2020. Uh, we are happy to have this event as a virtual event, though everyone is busy with their works and not able to travel, not able to spend 5 days throughout their due to their busy schedule. We are hosting this virtual faculty development using the technology, where you can use the technology to empower your knowledge and sorry, due to the internet issues. I'm happy to welcome Priya ma'am as a guest speaker for today's session. Ma'am is the Dean Academics and NEP Nodal Officer, and she's working in Academy of Maritime Education and Training, Chennai. Welcome you, ma'am, to this 5 days virtual faculty development program. The event is scheduled for 5 days. First day, Priya ma'am is going to deliver a lecture on empowering education for NEP 2020, strategies and innovation for transformative learning. The second day will be hosted by Mr. Dr. Mohan Kumar, sir is a professor, PG Department of Commerce, Crystal Jayanti College, Bangalore. Sir is going to host empowering college professors to integrate 21st century skills for enhancement employability in higher education. Third day will be hosted by Dr. Jabarani Evangeline. Ma'am is working as an associate professor and HOD, SNS College of Engineering. Fourth day will be Dr. J. Bhavani, HOD, BCom Honors, VIT School, Business School, VIT Chennai. Fifth day will be Mrs. A. Meena Priyadarshini, Associate Professor, Hindustan Institute of Technology and Science. She's going to deliver a lecture on multidisciplinary approach in NEP. We are happy to welcome all the guests as well as the participants. We got a overwhelming response of participants. We got around 1,200 registrations through our Google Sheets throughout India. We're happy to welcome all the participants. Kindly be attentive and post your queries in the YouTube chat box. Our coordinator will share the question with the speaker at the end of the session. kindly maintain the decorum of e-learning. Welcome you all. Happy to welcome you all. My heartfelt thanks to our founder chancellor, Dr. A.C. Shanmugam sir, and our president, engineer A.C.S. Arun Kumar sir, and our registrar sir, our vice chancellor ma'am, and all the executives for the continuous support and encouragement to do this kind of events. Thank, uh, thank you all once again. And finally, my heartfelt thanks to the coordinators, Dr. Selvi and Dr. Sharmila, to make this event a grand success. Once again, welcome you all. Kindly maintain the decorum of e-learning. Be attentive and post your queries in the YouTube chat box. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your inspiring and insightful welcome address. Your words have truly set the stage for a positive and engaging faculty development program on framework and implementation of NEP 2020. Once again, thank you for your valuable time and for gracing us with your presence and words of wisdom. Before we proceed with Chief Guest address, I would like to invite Mrs. Vishwapriya, Assistant Professor in Department of Information Technology, to introduce our esteemed Chief Guest. She has been an integral part of our faculty and brings a wealth of knowledge and enthusiasm to our department.
Thank you, Mrs. Agalya. Good morning, esteemed faculty from various institutions and our department staff members. It is my honor to introduce to you today our distinguished chief guest, Dr. S. Priya, Dean Academics, NEP Nodal Officer, Academy of Maritime Education and Training, Chennai. With over 24 years of experience in teaching, research, administration, and training, Dr. Priya is a prominent person in the academic and research community. Dr. Priya completed her BE in Electrical and Electronics Engineering from Bharatdasan University, her ME in Power Electronics and Drive from Anna University, and earned her PhD from St. Peter's University, Chennai. Throughout her career, she has made remarkable contributions to the field, publishing over 70 research articles in esteemed international journals and conferences. Her research interest covers a range of topics including direct torque control of induction motors, doubly fed induction generators, impedance source inverters, and electric vehicle propulsion systems, among others. Dr. Priya is also a respected member of several prestigious professional Hello. திருப்பி ஆமா. Sorry for the inconvenience. Good morning, esteemed faculties from various institutions and our department staff members. It is my honor to introduce to you today our distinguished chief guest, Dr. S. Priya, Dean Academics, NEP Nodal Officer, Academy of Maritime Education and Training, Chennai. With over 24 years of experience in teaching, research, administration, and training, Dr. Priya is a prominent person in the academic and research community. Dr. Priya completed her BE in Electrical and Electronics Engineering from Bharatidasan University, her ME in Power Electronics and Drives from Anna University, and earned her PhD from St. Peter's University, Chennai. Throughout her career, she has made remarkable contributions to the field, publishing over 70 research articles in esteemed international journals and conferences. Her research interest covers a range of topics including direct torque control of induction motors, doubly fed induction generators, impedance source inverters, and electric vehicle propulsion systems, among others. Dr. Priya is also a respected member of several prestigious professional organizations, including IEEE, IETE, ISTE, IEI, and IFERP. She has organized more than 45 workshops, FDPs, and seminars, and has been instrumental in organizing IEEE international conferences, where she has also served as chairperson. Her contributions extend beyond academia as she has secured more than 15 lakh in funding for projects from agencies such as SCRB and MSME, and she has filed multiple patents in her field. Among her numerous awards, Dr. Priya has received the prestigious Dr. Radhakrishnan Academic Excellence Award twice for her outstanding contributions to education. She has also been recognized as a keynote speaker and session chair at various national and international forums and has received multiple honor for her work in teaching, research, and innovation. In addition to her academic achievements, Dr. Priya has authored several textbooks, including works on basic electrical and electronics engineering and recent trends in power electronics, and has contributed to book chapters in various publications. Dr. Priya's extensive work in enhancing educational standards, her leadership skills, and inspiring role model for all of us. We are truly privileged to have her with us today. Please join me in welcoming Dr. S. Priya, a leader, educator, and an innovator, as our chief guest for this event.
Thank you, Ms. Vishwapriya, for the wonderful introduction. As we embark on this journey of exploration and learning, we eagerly anticipate our chief guest, Dr. S. Priya, for her valuable insights and wisdom on the topic of empowering educators for NEP 2020 strategies and innovations for transformating learning. Your presence here today not only enriches our program but also inspires us to strive for excellence in our academic pursuits. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in extending a warm welcome to Dr. S. Priya as she graces us with his esteemed presence and deliver her infallible speech.
Good morning to one and all present here. Can you able to hear me, ma'am? Madam,
Yes,
can
ma'am.
you able to hear
Yes,
me?
ma'am.
Whether my screen is visible to you?
Yes. Visible, ma'am.
Let us start.
Yeah.
Good morning to one and all present here.
First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Kanya, Head of Information Technology Department, for approaching me for take up a part in this excellent one and also wonderful event. Actually, I am serving as a NEP nodal officer for my university, both on campus as well as off campus. So we are practically working for implementing the National Educational Policy 2020 in our university. So here I am going to share my own experience when we implement the National Education Policy inside our university. What are the challenges we are facing? How we rectify it when we implement? So because ma'am told me that today is the first day of this FDP, so I am going to give you a complete structure of national education policy. What your national education policy tells you, how to implement this, what are the issues will happen when you implement this, that kind of things we are going to discuss. Synopsis of national education policy I am going to give you today itself. Actually, myself, Dr. Priya, that madam excellently introduced me to the crowd. So thank you once again for this opportunity. Let us start from national education policy first, and then we will move on to each and every salient features of the national education policy, what it tells, what are the actions we have to taken towards implementing this in the higher education institutions. So first of all, we should know what is the need of national education policy. Why we have to change our education system completely. We have a complete transformative system for the education. Why it has happened? Because I am going to start my lecture based upon two quotes. One is by our Honorable Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He told that the purpose of education is to make better human beings with skill and expertise. Enlightened human beings can be made by teachers. I too agree with this because we know that we are the right person to create a wonderful human being, because we are taking part in shaping the students' future. The next quote is by our Nelson Mandela. It is actually displayed in a University of South Africa. Destroying any nation does not require the use of any atomic bombs or any long-range missiles, but it only requires lowering the quality of education and allowing cheating in the examination by the students. It is also a important, and also we have to always think about this quote, because we know that destroying the nation by atomic bombs or long range missiles is not is going to be the immediate thing. See, if your quality of education is not there, automatically the generation, next generation who are going to serve for the society will automatically destroy our nation. So we are in a position to have to give a correct as well as quality education to the students. Then why NEP 2020? Why the government insists us to do NEP 2020? Because in every higher education institution, take part in all over India, have the deemed to be universities or other categories. Everyone is having the NEP coordinators in the university, and also they have NEP Saradhis. Why these kind of activities have happened? Because every day we are receiving the mail from the UGC about the NEP activities implementation. Why they are insisting us, why they are forcing us to do these kind of things only to promote the quality of education. That is the thing. The reason behind this is, I want to share the two notable statements from our Supreme Court judges. One, that today's education failed to reform human behavior. See how inspired this. See, with the increase in literacy level, there is a decline in human values in the society. So these two statements made them to make the change in the education system. Actually, the NEP 2020 is a significant step towards transforming the Indian education system. The policy mainly focuses to make the education more inclusive, equitable, and holistic. So, main thing is we are going to provide holistic as well as multidisciplinary education towards all higher education, not only higher education institution, also from the school itself, they are going to provide us the holistic education. So it focuses on the development of 21st century skills such as, that critical thinking, creativity, and problem solving. So our students or our child should face the 21st century skills. They have to earn the 21st century skills like your knowledge, attitude, along with your record of skills. These things they need. So, what is the history behind your national education policy? This is going to be the first education policy of the 21st century. Actually, we know that this is going to replace the 34-year-old national policy on education, which was established in 1986. So, what is the foundation pillars of this national education policy? It is nothing but access, equity, quality, affordability, and accountability for everyone. So this policy is aligned with the 2030 agenda for sustainable development, because you know that SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goal 4. So everybody should get equity in education, easy access to education, quality education with affordability and accountability. So, this national education policy aims to transform India into vibrant knowledge society, and it has to match up with the global knowledge supreme power by making both school and college education more holistic, flexible, multidisciplinary, which is suited for the 21st century needs. So the history behind the development of national education policy. Actually, this work is not started in even a month or even a year. It is started even at 2014. They have formulated a very detailed consultative process. Actually, they have collected the feedbacks as well as suggestions from 2.5 lakhs of gram panchayat, 6,600 blocks, and so many people from out of 676 districts. The Ministry of MHRD initiated a collaborative, inclusive, as well as highly participatory consultation process from January 2015. Officially, they are collecting the feedback from January 2015. Actually, in May 2016, we have a committee for evaluation of the new education policy under the chairmanship of late Sri TSR Subramaniam, former cabinet secretary. He submitted the report based upon the suggestions as well as feedbacks collected from the people, various people, and also from the experts and also from the scientists. Based on this, the ministry prepared some inputs for the draft educational policy in 2016. In June 2017, a committee for the draft educational policy was constituted under the chairmanship of eminent scientist Padma Vibhushan Dr. K. Kasturirangan. He submitted the draft education policy to the Honorable Resource Development Minister on 31st May 2019. This draft national education policy was uploaded in the portal, official MHRD portal, My Government e-portal. In that, they have uploaded and they welcome the opinion, suggestions, comments from the stakeholders as well as the public. So after collecting all those opinions only, now we got the National Education Policy 2020. So, what is the vision of the national education policy? What it tells you? What is the main focus? Which they are going to concentrate much? The first and foremost thing is an education system that contributes to an equitable and vibrant knowledge society by providing high quality education to all. So, across all over India, everybody starting from Jammu and Kashmir to end of Kanyakumari, everyone should get the high quality education. The second thing is develops a deep sense of respect towards the fundamental rights, duties, and constitutional values, bonding with one's country, and a conscious awareness of one's role and responsibilities in a changing world. The second motto is we have to develop a deep sense of respect. So, for one, fundamental rights, they have to understand their fundamental rights, duties, whatever the constitutional values, and also our responsibility. The student or the person who is going to serve the society after leaving from the higher educational institution, they should know their role as well as responsibility. So these kind of things they have to be get from their school education as well as in the higher educations. Then instill skills, values and discussions that support responsible commitment to human rights, sustainable development and living and global well-being, thereby reflecting a truly global citizen. So we have to make our students suitable for a global citizen, not only for Indian citizen, for global citizen. So, what are the key principles of national education policy? The first thing we know that respect for diversity and local context. So, for giving all those things, see, whatever be the thing we are telling, equity, affordable, everything we are telling. But the first thing where we have to start our step is designing the curriculum. Then how we are going to delivering the curriculum, what are the pedagogy we are going to follow, what are the policies we are going to make for teaching learning process, that is going to respect for diversity and local context. That curriculum should have the diversity as well as it has to consider the local context. So the first step there we have to start. Then equity and inclusion. As the cornerstone of all education decisions, we have to consider the equity as well as inclusion. Community participation. Whatever be the thing we are doing, the encouragement and facilitation for philanthropic, private and community participation should be there. Use of technology, as we know. So today, every day that trend is changing, the technology gets upgraded. So our teaching learning process also should be upgraded by removing the language barriers among the students, for Divyang students and in educational planning and management. Then emphasize conceptual understanding. So rather than rote learning, the learning for exams, we have to we have to insist conceptual understanding among the students. Then we have to inculcate unique capabilities of each and every student in our class, recognizing, identifying in each student, we have to identify their unique capabilities. Then we have to inculcate critical thinking and as well as creativity among each and every child. So critical thinking, the student has to understand the concept what we are teaching first, they have to apply them, they have to design, they have to develop, and they have to analyze that every decision. Before making the decision, they have to do all those cognitive levels, and then finally they have to take the decision. Then continuous review. So whatever be the thing we are providing or whatever be the process we are adopting, we have to do the continuous review among that, collect the feedback from the peers as well as the students. Based upon that, we have to change. So first we have to see the early childhood care and education. What ECCE, that is early childhood care and education. Now the national education policy, that they have divided the fundamental learning curriculum into for the age group of 3 to 8, divided into two parts. Actually, the first one is we are calling this as a from age of 3 to 6, and then age of 6 to 8. Generally, we know that the 3 to 6 is actually we are calling that primary education. What we have, so in that we have to provide a free, safe, high quality early childhood care as well as education through the Anganwadis, preschools or Balavitika. That we are following. Actually, the NCRT, what we are calling that CBSE schools are having, that pre-KG, LKG, UKG and all. But what they are trying to say, it should be same, or it should be unanimous for starting from all over India. That is starting from Jammu Kashmir to Kanyakumari. Every school system should have like the things, that is through either through Anganwadis or preschools. We have to provide the early education, which is going to be a universal access. Then we have a preparatory class. After 5 years, the children move on to first and second standard. So for that, we are calling this as a preparatory class. After that, they move on to multi-phased education, that is flexible, multi-level, play-based, that is activity-based learning we are going to promote for this stage. See how we are ensuring the universal access to education to at all levels of students. How we are ensuring the universal access by multiple pathways. So we have to provide multiple pathways for learning. So involving both formal as well as non-formal education mode. Not only by formal modes like a pen and board, as well as a board and chalk, or a pen and paper, or somebody what we are following as the formal education. But we through a non-formal education modes also, we have to provide multiple pathway for accessing the education. Then we have to reduce the dropout students back to school. Actually, generally what happened, the students may come up to 8th standard. After that, they may drop out due to some the reasons. They may be the financial crisis or something else, they dropped out. After 12th standard also, due to the financial crisis, they are not able to go for the higher education institutions. So we have to reduce these kind of dropouts from the school level as well as from the higher education levels by providing the various supports, by providing counselors, by providing scholarships. So many ways there we to bring back the dropout students to the schools or your higher education institutions. Then we have to build the schools by government. Not only government has to build the schools, and also the non-government funding, what the trusts can able to build number of schools wherever we need to educate people in the rural areas. We have to build the schools. Then alternative centers have to be created. Now, the students does not depend upon the schools, not about, other than that, we have to create the alternative centers where we can provide an innovative education through the centers. Then we have to focus on the learning outcomes. See, I am going to create a center. Through the center, what I am going to teach the students after attending the class, from there what they are going to learn, what they are going to get from the center, that kind of thing we have to decide first. So we have to very focus on the outcomes, what they learn after that class. That also, that each and every level we have to check whether the learning outcome has achieved or not. Then peer tutoring. So this is going to be suitable for all categories. It is not only school level, it also in higher education institutions we can follow the peer tutoring. So, what is the expected outcome from ECCE? The universalization of access. Everybody has to access. Then ensure equity and inclusion. Bring back 2 crores out of school children. Then attain sustainable development goals of retaining the all children in schools until completion of secondary education. Improve quality and achievement of learning outcomes. I told you already. Then we have to focus on 21st century skills in teaching, learning, and assessment. Resource sharing. See, school complexes, resource sharing means everybody has to access the resource, whatever be the learning materials what they have. So everything should be in a sharing mode. Effective governance should be there for separation of powers and common norms. Overcoming the language barrier in learning. So everybody knows some see, our government also takes initiative in transforming the BTech, even BA BTech courses textbook in their own language, our mother language. There also that thing is going on. So we have to overcome the language barriers in learning, because that learning has to reach the rural area people where the education lacks. So see that also we have to take care. Common standards for public as well as private schools education, because we know government school they are following some standards, for private school they are following some standards. So we have to create a common standards for all schools as well as higher education institutions. The education system should be same for all over India. So how we are transferring the curricular as well as pedagogical structure. Actually, the existing academic structure I am showing here. Then what is the new academic structure proposed by the national education policy is here. See, the new pedagogical as well as curricular structure of school education is 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. That is 3 years in the Anganwadi or preschools and 12 years in the school. What we are following as well as is there. But this has to be reach every one of our country. That is the motto of national education policy. So we have to start with the 3 years Anganwadis, that is preschools. Then after that we have 2 years, that is class 1 and class 2. This is up to age of 8. Then we have to move on to classes 3 to 5 in the age of 8 to 11. This is called your preparatory stage. So next is middle stage. This is, you know, that 6 to actually classes from 6 to 8 and age of 11 to 14. In that, through the experiential learning in the sciences as well, whatever be the concepts they are learning in science, maths, art, social science, it is going to be the hands-on experience. It is going to be the activity-based learning. So then the student can understand, the school children can understand, and the schools children can admire, they can be motivated to do that. Then finally 4 years of secondary education. In the secondary education, again it is going to be multidisciplinary study. We know that the stream is, we know, pure science stream, math stream, vocational stream, commerce stream, like that we have. But instead of that, they are proposing the multidisciplinary study with greater critical thinking, flexibility, and student choice of subjects. See, that most of the CBSE schools are providing the student choice of subject like yoga, then sports, like that. They are giving one subject of that choice. But what we are expecting, this has to be reach each and every one of the students studying in schools of our country, entire country. So everybody should reach that kind of standards. They have options for choosing their interest, their own interest. So it should be multidisciplinary. Then only when they are move on higher education institution, they can choose their own study. So that kind of education has to reach for each and every one of our country. So, what is its framework? National Curricular and Pedagogical Framework for Early Childhood Education will be drafted by NCRT. So, they have done already that thing. Then we have to do the research and best practices in that way, because before teaching to the students we have to do so many activities and we have to find the correct pathway. Then that developed framework should be multifaceted, comprising of all alphabets, languages, numbers, counting, color, shapes, indoor and outdoor play activities, puzzles, logical thinking, problem solving. Everything should be take part in your curriculum delivery. So that kind of training should be given to the teachers first. Then only they will aware of that and they can able to teach the students in the proper way to achieve our goal. So, school preparation module has to be prepared based upon 3-month play-based school preparation module. See, for first grade students, it is also developed by NCRT. Then early childhood education, actually what we are trying to do on the young mind is we have to develop the curiosity among their mind. We have to inculcate the logical thinking and problem solving. We provide arts, crafts, as well as music, relationship with the nature. Also they have to learn the colors, shapes, alphabets, numbers. Then among the school education itself, they have to know the teamwork as well as collaboration among them. Then we have to do the learning by play based as well as discovery or discovery based learning. Then we should teach at least the basic ethics in the follow they in their life. Then we have to inculcate the self identity of that each and every one. So these kind of things we have to promote in the school days itself. See, attainment of foundational literacy and numeracy by grade 3 in mission modus. We have to provide the fundamental skills. We have to know the national mission, book promotion also we have to do, early learning, 3-month play-based school, national reciprocity, libraries. So these many things we have to do. Then the main thing is we have to carry forward the reduction in curriculum. See, for reduction in curriculum, we can't do that in a single day. Again, we have to do multiple analysis. We have to collect the feedbacks. We have to get the collect the feedbacks from the parents as well as the educationalists, and we have to collect the opinions from them. And then we have to move on for reduction in curriculum, and we have to change our entire curriculum based upon the experiential learning. That is the activity based learning we have to do. Then we have to focus on learning outcomes, competencies, and subject integration. See what they tells on learning outcomes. See, I'm going to teach a topic. What I'm going to teach to the students, that I have to be clearly in my mind, and in what way I can reach the students, I can develop the knowledge among their minds. That also, that delivery process also I have to be very clear. Finally, I have to check whether my target is achieved or not. If not achieved, I have to change my teaching method. So my motto is I have to concentrate on the learning outcomes, what the student should learn, what should not. So that clarity I should have, then I have to inculcate that thing among the students also. So the competency based learning education, I have to prepare the modules based upon that, and I have to implement that in the way by using the pedagogical plans among the students based upon the outcome based education. Then integration of the subjects through arts integrated, sports integrated, ICT integrated, and storytelling based pedagogy we have to use for students. We have to improve our learning, teaching learning process. We have to do all those things. Development of scientific temper also. So this is for inculcation of knowledge and practice of human, including the constitutional values such as see everything: sacrifice, non-violence, truth, honesty, peace. Everything we have to tell to the students. See, the mental and physical health as well as well-being. See, every school as well as higher education institutions, they are insisting us to do the regular health checkup for the students, and we have the in-house doctor as well as nurse, a medical room, that then a counselor for having their problems. Students are as well as the students from the schools as well as the higher education institution having their personal problems as well as the mental stress, everything is they are having. So for that also we have a counselor in our school campuses as well as our higher education institutions, for encouraging our students to meet them freely and share their problems and find the solution for that. Thereby we can reduce the students dropout from any stage, from the school education itself as well as the higher education. Then we have to reduce the weight of school bag, how much the students are carrying for the schools, how much the resource materials the students are carrying towards their colleges. That has to be reduced, because we know that by introducing the online learning, because that COVID learn a lesson for us. Nowadays each and every teacher are promoting their they have completely changed the teaching methodology. So online teaching mode has reduced the weight of carrying the school bags to the students to the schools. Then focus on children with disability. Then we have to analyze the mandatory skills. See, whatever be the mandatory skills means, it is not only the cognitive skills, it is on health, nutrition, how to take quality food, what are the things the students can take, that where which the things the students have to avoid. So that kind of things also, that kind of knowledge also we have to provide the students. Physical education, fitness, wellness, sports, all those things we have to give. That's why it is called as a holistic education. It is a complete 360-degree education. We have to educate our students. Inclusive and caring culture at schools, everything we have to provide in the school as well as our university campus. So what are the innovative pedagogy we can follow for transforming the teaching learning process? We can go with the experiential learning. I told you already, because the experiential learning is itself a session for knowing this, because it has to provide a different learning method. See, it is an innovative learning method where the students can get the hands-on experience. What they learn in the textbook, immediately they can do that. So after that, they can experience the outcome, they can experience the result. Based upon that, they can analyze what they learn, what they get by doing the activity. So this is going to be the prompt for learning method. Then integrated pedagogy. See, completely we are telling science, maths, or otherwise when you come across the engineering domain, that electrical machines or mechanical machine, like that, if you are telling continuously the day, that 8 hours, it is not going to be interest for the students. So we have to create interest among the students by using the integrated pedagogy, that is by introducing the arts. So if you have a 2 hours for the regular curriculum, make 1 hour break. In that break, they can go for arts class, they can go for sports, they can go for storytelling activity, they can go for each and every subject. They can use the ICT integrated pedagogy by showing some videos, by showing some 3D techniques. So by making them interest to learn towards the concept what we are going to teach. Then promotion of peer tutoring. I already told you, promoting the peer tutoring, that is one person has to give up with the 10 students, and they have to discuss among themselves what the concept we taught and what is that understanding lag in their own mind, and they have to discuss among them. Then the peer has to teach them what is the lag in their mind. Then we have to provide equal weightage. There is no hard separation between curricular and co-curricular and extracurricular activities, because every, not only the curricular activities are yearning towards the credits or something grades or not, the co-curricular and extracurricular activities also going to be provided for the grades as well as the credits. Grades in case of school education, and credits in case of your higher education system. So freedom of choosing a variety of subject combination to be provided. So we have to provide complete flexibility for choosing their own interest on courses what they are going to study. Backless days. We have to, not only in the school education, in higher education institution also we have to provide the backless days, because nowadays, they have tabs, they have a laptop, but this kind of technology has to reach each and every one of student inside our India. So each and use an integration of technology, so that the integration of technology enabled pedagogy in the classes between 6 to 12. See how to create or how to make the textbook with the local content and flavor. See, nowadays we know that even engineering textbooks are available in our mother language, so mother tongue. So every all textbook what they have, we have to provide now, what they have to essentially study, that core material only should be there in that resource material, because due to the technology advancement, here the so many resources are available, resource materials are available even in the internet platform. So the students nowadays, AI also takes place in that. So students are very particular about what they are studying. So the concept which is essential for them, that is going to be there in that textbook. Then we have to provide affordable as well as high quality textbook with the free digital version. So you know that in the Diksha platform we have that free digital version of all textbooks are available. The states are requested to prepare their own curricula as well as textbook based upon the NCRT curriculum, and incorporating the state flavor and material wherever it is needed. They have to prepare. See, the only thing, we need a uniform education system all over India. So concentrated efforts through suitable changes in curriculum and pedagogy to significantly reduce the weight of school bags as well as textbooks. What is India's future and India's leadership role in upcoming fields? computational thinking. This is going to be your future. So we have to increase emphasis on mathematics and computational thinking throughout the school years. So in the school itself, we have to start the computational thinking. Not only the computational thinking, we have to inculcate mathematical thinking and problem solving among our students, then including contemporary subjects in schools. So middle as well as secondary stages, we have to start introducing artificial intelligence, design thinking, holistic health, organic living, environmental education, global citizenship education. See, not only teaching learning process, when you come for assessment, so that examination also has gone for a reforming structure. So board exams should be made easier as they will test primarily core capacities and competencies. Viable models to be explored: annual, semester, modular exams are two parts of exams. We can introduce objective type as well as descriptive type. We can ask the students to take up the exams in online mode as well as offline mode. So everything is possible. So we have to change our assessment pattern, that is examination pattern has to be changed by incorporating the technology and advancements. Also, we have to provide the teachers the training, the basic training what they need for preparing the assessment system, because there is a great change in the assessment process. Online examination are there, online evaluation also there. So each and everything has to be properly trained for the students. The teachers has to be trained first, then only they can able to train the students and they can ask them to take up these kind of reformations. So all those reformation have to be taken up by all our school education as well as the higher education institutions. Then transforming the culture of assessment, I already told you why we go for the continuous assessment, because then and there we have to check the student whether they can achieve the learning outcomes or not. See, I am going to take a topic in today first hour. After completing my first hour class, I have to check whether the students have learned that thing or not. For that, I can give them a short quiz. So by asking 10 questions with multiple choice, I can ask the students to fill up that form. So if the students answering correctly for all 10 questions, I can understand that the concept has 100% reached the students. That kind of then and there assessment has to be take over. So for that case, I have to change my entire assessment board, because we know that that schools as well as colleges are having following their own structure, like see, annual exams, half yearly exams, quarterly exams, like that. In colleges we have continuous assessment exams, end semester exams, model exams, like that. They have many priorities, they have many systems of assessment. So the entire thing has to be followed. We are not only concentrating on summative assessments, we have to follow the formative assessments also among the students to test the students' knowledge then and there. So far we are telling about the school education reformation, both in curriculum level, assessment level, teaching learning level, everything we have discussed. Now we move on to the higher education institutions. What are the salient features told in National Education Policy 2020 for higher education? First thing, the fundamental principles of the policy is we have to recognize, identify and fostering the unique capability of the each and every students. For doing this, we have to make teachers to sensitize this to promote student holistic development in both academic as well as non-academics. For that, we have to train the teachers for making the students for their holistic development in their academic as well as non-academic part. Then we have to provide highest priority to achieve fundamental literacy and numeracy, that you know. Then we have to provide the flexibility among the learners. The learners have the flexibility to choose their learning trajectories and programs. Therefore, they can able to choose their own path in the life based upon their own talent as well as interest. I already told you there is no hard separation between arts and science, between and also between curricular and extracurricular activities, because we know that even our students are studying engineering, they have to know about the sciences. Similarly, when you go for the assessment practice, we are providing the credits for curricular aspects, but we have to provide credits for extracurricular activities also, because you know that the student has to earn 120 credits for getting their UG degree for 3 years of UG degree, 160 credits for getting their 4 years of UG degree, BE BTech courses. For that case, we have to provide certain percentage of credits towards their extracurricular as well as that co-curricular. See, for example, if the students are going to present a paper in a conference, in an international conference, or they are going to present a project, so like that kind of activities, as well as they are going to take part in sports, they are going to take part in arts, everything we have to consider them, and we have to provide some credits towards them between vocational and academic streams. Similarly, we are not providing any, there is no hard separation between vocational and academic streams. That is, we have to eliminate the harmful hierarchies among and soils between different areas of learning. Then the important thing is multidisciplinary and holistic education across the sciences, social sciences, arts, humanities and sports, for a multidisciplinary world, in order to ensure the unity and integrity of all knowledge. So what is mean by multidisciplinary education, what is mean by interdisciplinary education, that itself I have a doubt among our community. See, multidisciplinary means the students in engineering should have a knowledge among the science discipline, so they have a interdisciplinary knowledge means among the discipline itself. See, for example, electrical people, mechanical, civil engineers are there, this is going to be the interdisciplinary things. Multidisciplinary means among the science group, microbiology or medicine, like that we have to go, there is no boundary between the disciplines. So multidisciplinary and holistic education the student should have. So that kind of education system we have to provide. A student in engineering domain has a basic knowledge about medicine field, has a basic knowledge about the what we call it as a, that basic rights and fundamental rights they should have. They should have the knowledge about that arts, everything. They have some fundamental things about the other disciplines also they have. Then emphasis on conceptual understanding rather than normal learning, as well as learning for exams. The students, we have to educate the people not only for facing the exams, but we have to emphasize on conceptual understanding. Okay, I'm saying that the student has to go for conceptual understanding. How I can identify the students has got the conceptual understanding? Thereby your assessment process will come. Now I am not going for the summative assessments where the students are going to write at the end of learning each and every course. They have to do then and there formative assessments. They have to go with some small test in the online. They can do some activity, a small assignment task. They can do some case studies among that particular concept. So based upon that, I can understand whether my concept what I taught on the regular class can reach the students or not. Then creativity and critical thinking, that's why I told you. So whenever I'm taking a topic, I have to promote these two skills. How I can promote? By asking a student to submit a small case study, a small project. Thereby I can inculcate that creative mind of the students. I can ask my student to present a poster what I taught yesterday. So like that I can make them to do the to make the logical decision making as well as innovation in that particular topic. Similarly, as a teacher, I have to I have to educate my student in ethics as well as some basic human as well as constitutional values. So that also my responsibility to provide those knowledge to my student. promoting the multi-language platform. See, nowadays, by learning only in a single language is not enough for the student to face the interviews or to go for the global market. See, our motto is not promoting our students suitable for only the Indian market. We are there to promote our students for match up with the global market. For them, we have to provide the opportunity for learning the languages, not only from by the Indian languages, some foreign languages also we have to provide the option. So inside our campus itself, we have to create language clubs like English language club, French language club. So multi-language club also we have to create. Thereby we have to promote the, or we have to break the barrier between the languages. So the student, each and every student inside our campus should have the knowledge of minimum 3 to 4 languages. They have to easily speak as well as write. So these kind of skills we have to provide the students for facing the 21st century job market. Then life skills, communication, cooperation, teamwork, and resilience. You know that communication. See, whatever be the people, that is recruiters come to our campus, we are facing the problem as students are not up to the level of expectation. They are not able to communicate to the people, because as a student, when they enter into the sectors, it may be IT sector, it may be a core sector, everywhere they have to speak fluently. So then only they can communicate to the peers, they can communicate to the leaders, they can communicate to the bosses. So for that case, the communication has to be, they see that communication not only speak in English, even in their own language they have to speak fluently. Whatever be the thing, what they are thinking, or what is there in their mind, they have to, they able to explain it in a clear manner, that it should reach the people who are listening the particular student. So they have to cooperate among the multi society people, because when they are in the workforce, so many students or so many people are going to work with them. So there is a cooperation among them. Then teamwork, resilience. Resilience means somehow, whatever be the problems or barriers faced when they are in the workplace, they have to break that, and they have to come over from that. That kind of skills also we have. See what they are telling us, we have to make the students both mentally as well as physically. So that kind of things we have to make the students ready to suitable for the 21st century workforce. Then focus on regular formative assessment for learning rather than summative assessment. Many times I insist you. So the same thing the NEP also tells us, the extensive use of technology in teaching learning process. Nowadays we know that ERP system, every each and every universities are following their own ERP system for the teaching learning process. So that we have to update ourselves with the help of the technology in the teaching learning process. Outstanding research in the UG itself, that NEP insists us to create the research on their young mind, because their young mind is very very suitable for creating innovative idea, and they can able to develop their idea. The only thing, we have to guide them properly, we have to show the correct path of getting that research. Then we need a continuous review of progress based on the sustained research and regular assessment by educational experts, that I already told you. Education is a public service. This access to quality education must be considered a basic right of every child. Then substantial investment. See, our government has to take care of substantial investment in a strong, vibrant public education system, as well as the encouragement and facilitation of true philanthropic, private, and community participation. We have to check whether we have a quality universities and colleges. That NEP tells a new as well as forward looking vision for India's higher education system, for providing quality universities as well as colleges. See, quality higher education, what is that main aim? They focus to develop good, thoughtful, well-rounded, and creative individuals. So our higher education institution, that universities like us, has to create an individual with a thoughtful, well-rounded, creative individuals we have to provide. This is enable on individual to study one or more specialized areas of interest at a deep level. See, somebody may interest on civil, somebody may interest on mechanical, or somebody may interest on medicine, somebody may interest on something else. So we have to provide the options for one or more specialized areas of interest at a deep level, and also develop character, ethical and constitutional values, intellectual curiosity, scientific temper, creativity, spirit of service, and 21st century capabilities across a range of disciplines, including sciences, social sciences, arts, humanities, languages, as well as professional, technical, and vocational subjects. You may arise a question: how I can provide a two interest areas? See, for example, BTech CSE courses there, BTech Triple E courses there, BE mechanical courses there. See, you have a number of options. You can provide a minor degree. See, some nowadays ASCT insists us to do minor degree programs. For example, yeah, artificial intelligence, machine learning. See, for our institution and all, we are a pure marine based institution, so we can provide the minor degree on what we can call it as a on shipbuilding. We can provide a minor degree on shipbuilding. We can provide a minor degree on ship design. Like that, a minor degree varying from 18, 20 to 20 credits. So based upon the student interest, we can provide. See, if some students studying in particular domain, they may very interest to learn Internet of Things. So we can provide a minor degree in Internet of Things. We can provide minor degree in artificial intelligence. Somebody may very interested to know about the space technology. So we can provide minor degree in space technology. So that kind of thing, innovatively, we have to think, and we have to provide the clear curriculum, as well as delivery of curriculum, as well as assessment process for these kind of studies. A quality higher education must enable personal accomplishment and enlightenment, constructive public engagement, and productive contribution to the society. The main aim is whatever be the individuals we are making ready for serving the society, they have to provide. See, for example, a society is having a major issue. The students has to take up that issue actively and participate in that, and they have to provide a very good solution to the problem by yeah, by providing a group, by forming a team with a multidisciplinary domain. They can provide a solution for that. Then we have to prepare the students for more meaningful and satisfying life and work roles, and enable economic independence among them. See, what are the major problems we are following nowadays in the higher education system, in particularly in India? We know that we have a severely fragmented higher educational ecosystem. See, somebody else is there designing the entire curriculum as well as syllabus, and we are strictly adhering that because we come under ACT, we come under UGC, or we come under some affiliated universities. Like that, if your educational institution is there, your college is there, we have a strictly follow a fragmented higher educational ecosystem. Then we have less emphasis on the development of cognitive skills and learning outcomes. Whatever be the curriculum, whatever be the syllabus they are giving, we have to follow. If we are part of a deemed to be university, we are having a freedom of framing our own curriculum as well as our own learning outcomes. So we can do all kind of excesses. This is not for the affiliated colleges. Then the third problem what we are generally following is a rigid separation of disciplines with early specialization and streaming of students into narrow areas of study. Students enter into, see, for example, mechanical engineering. they have a rigid separation. They have to study only the subjects relevant to the mechanical engineering. Maybe in the first year they are studying some basic science as well as basic engineering courses. But once they enter into the core study, they are very particular about the core courses. Then limited access, particularly in socio-economically disadvantaged area, with a few higher education institutions that teach in local languages, because we know that most of the higher education institutions are insisting the students in the standard language, not they are following their local language. So because of not only that thing, because that resource materials available are not enough to get the knowledge in their local language or that mother language. So we have to create a large platform of resource materials in our local languages, then we can promote that. Then limited teacher, most of the schools as well as higher education institutions are having this problem. They have a limited teacher and institutional autonomy. I already told you, if you are deemed to be university, you have a freedom of creating your own curriculum, your own teaching learning process, your own assessment. But if you are under some affiliated bodies, you have to follow their own rules and creations. Then inadequate mechanism for merit based career management and progress of faculty and institutional leaders, this also there. So slowly we have to rectify these kind of problems what we are facing nowadays. Then lesser emphasis on research at most universities and colleges, and lack of competitive peer-reviewed research funding across disciplines. Research funding across disciplines, I already told you, you have to submit the proposals on multidisciplinary mode. Then only we can see, already we are in a lack of that kind of funding. So if you go for that, we can break the barrier among the disciplines. Then we have an ineffective regulatory system, that also a problem, where we are there for providing the quality education to the students. What is the policy envisions the key changes in the current system? We have to move towards multidisciplinary universities and colleges. See, if we are a marine university, now we move on. For the past 3 years, we move on to multidisciplinary mode. See, in our university also, we are providing all science courses as well as engineering courses. Likewise, each and every university, even if you are in a medical university, you have to provide multidisciplinary courses among your university. So moving towards multidisciplinary universities and colleges, the first thing we have to move towards multidisciplinary, with more higher education institutions across India that offer medium of instruction in local or Indian languages. This also is going to be the lack, where we have to find a suitable solution for adopting this thing. Moving towards a more multidisciplinary undergraduate education, I told you already. So the students are not very particular about a fragmented education system. It has to be changed to multidisciplinary. So moving towards faculty and institutional autonomy, we need freedom for institutional autonomy. Then we have to completely revamp the curriculum structure, and we have to introduce the pedagogical, so many pedagogical advancements we have to introduce for delivery of the curriculum. Then we have to revamp our assessment structure. We have to introduce the reforms on our assessment procedures and student support, reaffirming the integrity of faculty and institutional leadership positions. This also we have to do. Then establishment of National Research Foundation, that is NRF, inside our campus. Then higher educational institutions, independent boards have academic as well as administrative autonomy. Then light but tight regulation by a single regulator for higher education, because we know how many regulatory bodies are there, how many accreditation bodies are there, how much we are working towards, everything we know. So everything has to be streamlined, everything should have a standard SOPs, so we can follow easily. So increased access equity, and inclusion. So, what are the thing we have to do? See, what is the institutional restructuring and consolidation we need based upon the National Education Policy 2020? The first thing, by 2040, all higher education institutions shall aim to become multidisciplinary institutions. So, each of which will aim to have 3,000 or more than 3,000 students. Then there shall by 2030 be at least one large multidisciplinary HEI in or near every district. So in or near every district by 2030 we need at least one multidisciplinary higher education institution. The aim is we have to increase the gross enrollment ratio in higher education, including vocational education, from 26.3 percentage to 50 percentage by 2035. Growth will be in both public and private institutions with a strong emphasis on developing a large number of outstanding public institutions. A university will mean a multidisciplinary institution of higher learning that offers undergraduate and graduate programs with quality teaching, research, and community engagement. The definition of university will thus allow a spectrum of institutions that range from those that place equal emphasis on teaching and research. That is, research intensive universities we have to create. Those that place great emphasis on teaching but still conduct significant research. That is research incentive universities. Your NEP motto is to create research intensive universities among all over India. Then their motto is to provide autonomous degree granting colleges will refer to a large disciplinary large multidisciplinary that grants undergraduate degrees and is primarily focused on undergraduate teaching, though it would not be restricted to that. A stage-wise mechanism for granting graded autonomy to colleges, though a transparent system of graded accreditation will be established. That you know that each and every colleges as well as universities are going for accreditation and they are getting some grading. So that is going to be unanimously followed for entire India. This is going to be surely established. Then the higher education institutions will get autonomy and freedom to move gradually from one category to another based on their plans, actions, as well as their effectiveness. These three broad type of institutions are not in any natural way a rigid, exclusive categorization, but are along a continuum. See, your higher education institution in their development and community engagement, as well as service, contribution to various fields of practice, faculty development for the higher education system, and support to school education. See, in among higher education institution, among the students, we have to engage our students for community engagement as well as service. So we have to provide some activities each and every month, or at least 6 months once. We have to provide some community activities or social activities, and we have to inculcate this culture among our students. See, then the students should have the open distance, that our educational institutions, that higher educational institutions have to run the open or distance education learning, ODL as well as OL program, thereby the students getting opportunities for studying the other streams, other domains also. The single stream HEI will be phased out over a time. So if we follow these many things, this can be done, okay, in future. The system of affiliated colleges will be gradually phased out over a period of 15 years. So, in 15 years, each and every college will get their own autonomy. So, for creating their curriculum as well as for delivering their curriculum and assessment after the providing the grading as well as the certificates. The overall higher education sector will aim to be an integrated higher education system, including professional and vocational education. The present complex nomenclature of HEA in the country, such as deemed to be university, affiliating technical university, unitary university, shall be replaced simply by university in future. See, towards a more holistic and multidisciplinary education, how we can provide this. So many slides I told you how we can provide the holistic education among our higher education institution. In long term, the approach of all undergraduate programs, including in those in professional, technical, and vocational disciplines, we have to provide the holistic education. See, even in engineering institution like IITs, NITs, everything move towards more holistic and multidisciplinary education with more arts as well as humanities. Students of arts and humanities will aim to learn more science as well as will make an effort to incorporate more vocational subjects and soft skills, because in even IITs starts giving the courses in BSc artificial intelligence, BSc electronic system design, like that. The courses BSc data science, these courses are now running in IITs also. So everyone inside our India, all higher education institutions inside our India should become the multidisciplinary education, and also they have to provide the holistic education to the students community. Imaginative and flexible curricular structure will be enabled creative combinations of disciplines for study and would offer multiple entry and exit points. That multiple entry and multiple exit points are having many things. You know that the students for 4 years study, if they are getting BE BTech degree, if they left the institution by 3 years, they can able to get their diploma. So like that, for each and every year, even first year itself they can leave, second year, third year, fourth year. If they continue for fifth year, they can able to get their honors degree. So that kind of system, multiple entry as well as exit, are available in the national education policy. For level, they provide level 1, level 2, level 3, up to level 7 are there. So that is going to be a separate session. We can do that. Departments in languages, literature, music, philosophy, Indology, art, dance, theatre, everything should be established inside the higher education institution for providing the holistic education and multidisciplinary education for the students. See, instead of see, we have to in our curriculum structure, we are generally including credit based courses and project in the areas of community engagement as well as service for environmental education and value based education. The undergraduate degree will be either, the 3-year UG or 4-year UG courses are there with multiple exit options. I already told you, with appropriate certificate after completing 1 year in discipline field, including vocational and professional areas, or diploma after 2 years of study, or bachelor degree after 3 years program, then finally 4 years bachelor program. So this can be a level of study. Each and every institution, that higher education institution, have their own academic bank of credit. Each student inside our institution should have their own ABC ID, where the credits are going to be credited after they earn them by studying the regular courses. Even they can take up the online courses via the MOOC platform. The credits are going to be credited on their own ABC ID. The 4-year program may also lead to a degree with research. I told you already, if the student is really very particular about the research, we can provide the option for the rigorous research project. Then they can take up one more year. Then finally, we can give the degree as a honors. Model public universities for holistic and multidisciplinary education, as per with IITs, IIMs. We can provide multidisciplinary education and research university, MERUs, we can set up and aim to attain highest global standards in quality education. So optimal learning environments and support for students, how we can provide optimal learning environment to the student, and how we can provide supports to the students. The institutions as well as faculty will have autonomy to innovate on matters of curriculum pedagogy. Many slides I'm again and again talking about. We have to get the autonomy for developing our own curriculum, which will fulfill the local need of the company or industry, because our students are going to work there. So based upon their requirement, we have autonomy of designing our own curriculum. So then only we can educate, we can make the students to ready for 21st work century skills. Then we have to make the pedagogy as well as suitable assessment for the qualification. All assessment systems should also be decided by the higher education institution, including those that lead to the final certification. So complete autonomy should be with the higher education institution. The choice-based credit system, that you know, CBCS system, most of the universities are following the CBCS system only. But along with that, we have to follow fully flexible CBCS system for getting this much of freedom among the students for take up their courses. Then your higher education institutions shall move to criterion based grading system that assess student achievement based on the learning goals for each and every program. Then the HEI should also move away from high stacks examinations towards more continuous and comprehensive examination. Each institution will integrate its academic plans ranging from curriculum improvement to quality of classroom transaction into its larger institutional development plans, IDP, that you know. High quality support centers and professional academic and career counseling will be made available to all students. Internationalization, that you know, see, the students studying in India should get the opportunity has to visit various foreign countries, and they have to take part the education system of other countries also. That's why national education policy insists here only the dual degree, additional degree. Then many things come here, the 1 semester abroad program, 2 semester 1 year abroad program, like that we can have. We, for the first thing, we have to sign MOU with foreign leading universities and for student exchange as well as faculty exchange. After signing the MOU with the foreign universities, we have to exchange our students. For example, if the students are taking up a 4-year degree course inside our university, they can study 3 years in our university and 1 year in the any foreign university, MOU signed university, and they can get the degree with both universities. So that kind of facilities we can provide, or they can allow our students to take up other dual degree, another degree. So like that, so many options are there given in the national education policy, and our government take initiative and they have listed some of the universities who are ready to sign up MOU with us. So we can approach those universities, we can sign up MOU with those kind of universities, for abroad universities, and we ask our students as well as faculty to exchange our ideas, and we can do the joint collaborative publications by exchanging our research ideas. Everything we can do for to see this thing is insisted by national education policy. Then student activity and participation, see, we have to provide plenty of opportunity for the participation in sports, culture, arts clubs, eco clubs. See, inside our campus we have to create culture club, arts club, eco clubs, activity club, community service projects. So many things we have to create inside our campus itself, and we have to ask our student, each and every one of the students, based upon their own interest, they have to choose and they have to enroll in that particular club, and they have to involve in the activities. In every education institution there should be counseling system, that we know. See, when you are moving for accreditation process, either for NBA accreditation or NAC accreditation, everybody knows that inside our campus itself, a career counseling center, along with that professional counseling and personal counseling centers also should be there. The counselor with psychology specialization also to be there in the 24/7 inside the university for providing the solution for the issues faced by the students. Then we have to increase the hostel facilities in our campus. All higher education institutions will ensure quality as well as quality medical facilities for each and every one of the student inside our institution. Similarly, we have to take care of financial support for students. See, efforts will be made to insensitize the merit students belonging to SC, ST, OBC, and other SDGs. Because government also provides the scholarship for SC, ST, OBC, along with the higher education institutions offering large number of free scholarship, like fisherman scholarship, or see for somebody for military persons, they are providing the scholarship, girl child college scholarship, single parent scholarship. So many scholarships are there. Each and every education has to provide the scholarship, so for stopping the students to see, when the due to the financial crisis the students are not able to continue the studies further, we can identify those students and we can provide the scholarship to continue their education. Thereby we can bring back the students to the education. We have to motivate, we have to energize, and we have to make the faculty capable of facing the 21st century uh, expectations. So first of all, your education institution should be equipped with basic infrastructure and facilities, including cleaning water, cleaning working toilets, blackboards, offices, teaching supplies, libraries, labs, pleasant classrooms and campuses. Each and every classroom should have access to the latest educational technology that enables better learning experience. That is ICT enabled classrooms we should have provide the students. Then faculty will be given freedom to design their own curricular and pedagogical approaches within the approved framework. Then our institution will have clearly defined independent and transparent process and criteria for faculty recruitment and also for promotional schemes. What re-imaging vocational education? Why they are very particular about vocational education? Because vocational education is going to take part in even school level, from school level to higher education institutions. By 2025, at least 50% of the learners through the school as well as higher education system shall have exposure to vocational education. This is the motto for that. That higher education institution will offer vocational education either by their own faculty or partnership with any industry or NGOs. See, what is the transforming the regulatory system of higher education? I already told you the regulatory system also have a clear SOPs for following that higher education institutions. The regulatory system of higher education will ensure the distinct functions of regulation, accreditation, funding, and academic standard setting will be performed by distinct, independent, and empowered bodies. We know the four structures we have. The first vertical is National Higher Education Regulatory Council. This will function as the common single point of regulator for higher education. Higher education sector, including teacher education and excluding medical and legal education. The second vector of HECIA will be meta accrediting body called the National Accreditation Council, NAC. Accreditation of institution will be based primarily on basic norms, public self-disclosure, good governance and outcomes, and it will be carried out by an independent ecosystem of accrediting institution supervised and overseen by NAC. The third vertical is Higher Education Grants Council, HEGC, which will carry out funding and financing of higher education. The fourth vertical is General Education Council, GEC. See, this will frame expected learning outcomes for higher education programs as well as that what we call as graduate attributes. 12 graduate attributes are there, you know that. Then it will provide that a national higher education qualification framework will be formulated by the GEC, General Education Counseling. So this offering vocational courses through ODL mode will also be explored. This is also responsible body for ODL. Then functioning of all independent verticals of regulation, accreditation, funding, and academic standard setting, and the overseeing autonomous umbrella by umbrella body HECA itself will be based on transparent public disclosure and use technology extensively to reduce human interface to ensure efficiency and transparency in their work. See, what is professional education? Standalone agricultural universities, legal universities, health science universities, technical universities and standalone institutions in other fields shall aim to become multidisciplinary institution offering holistic and multidisciplinary education. So again and again, the same thing I am telling. See, for example, if you are an institution offering agricultural education, you are benefiting the local community directly. So you have to set up the agriculture technology park to promote the technology incubation. See, if you are a legal education, you can provide a best practice, you can adopt best practices and embracing new technologies for wider access and timely delivery of the justice. If you are a healthcare education, you can be re-envisioned so that the duration, structure, and design of the educational programs need to match with the role requirements that graduates will play. So India must also take the lead in preparing professionals in cutting-edge technologies. For example, you know that artificial intelligence, 3D machining, big data analysis, machine learning. See, whatever be the, in addition to biotechnology, nanotechnology, neuroscience, all the technology advancement happen in health, environment, and sustainable living, that will be woven into undergraduate education for enhancing employability of the youth. So finally, we have to promote the Indian languages, arts, as well as culture, what we are following in India. See, this thing you have to know that the what is the synopsis and description of guidelines and policies. It is available in the UGC website itself. There are four frameworks, national higher education qualification framework. The second thing is national skill qualification framework. The third framework is national credit framework. Then curriculum and credit framework for undergraduate programs. So all HEA, the higher educational institution, has to go through all these four framework. What is the guidelines given for these frameworks? Everything, a detailed book is available in the UGC website itself. You can go through it. So this is very important for implementing inside our campus. So what are the guidelines given to implement to curriculum development? Skill India is there, Jeevan Kaushal is there, Malya Prabha, environment education, pursuing two academic programs simultaneously, multiple entry, multiple exit, introducing courses based on Indian heritage and culture, incorporating India knowledge in higher education curricula. See, all those 8 guidelines are available in the UGC portal. You can access it and you can know that before implementing in your higher education institution. Then what are all the guidelines to implement in addition for the supporters? Establishment of R&D cell, educational framework for global citizenship in higher education, guidelines for internationalization of higher education, then arts and artists and artisans in residence in higher education institution, promotion of physical fitness, sports, everything. Then accessibility standards for higher education institutions and universities, fostering social responsibility, academic integrative and research quality, transforming higher education institutions into multidisciplinary institutions. All those things are available in the UGC portal. You can access that. Then recently, the government releases the draft UGC regulation 2024. What is the major changes to allow the students more choice and freedom? See, our UGC chairman M. Jagdish Kumar told that the draft UGC minimum standards of instruction in the award of UG and PG degrees tells us the aim is to transform higher education in India by introducing greater flexibility, removal of disciplinary rigidity, inclusivity, and multidisciplinary learning opportunities for students. So that government sent the circular to all the higher education institutions, ask them to collect the feedback about the draft UGC regulation. After collecting the feedback, they will take up the UGC regulation. New revised regulation will be announced soon. With these reforms, we ensure that Indian higher education evolves to meet global standards while staying rooted inclusively and adaptability to diverse learner needs. See, what are the major things they have told? Binomial admissions. So, we can admit the students twice in a year, July, August, or January, February. Then multiple entry and exit, I told you. So continuous formative assessment, recognition of peer learning, and allowing pursuit to two UG/PG programs, all those things are possible in multiple entry and exit. Then flexibility of the students, irrespective of the discipline taken by the student in class 12 or in UG, a student would be eligible for admission in any discipline. See, these are all the new thing they are introducing in the UGC regulation 2024. Minimum attendance requirement, considering the diverse learning modes and holistic and multidisciplinary learning opportunities suggested by NEP 2020, institutions shall decide the minimum attendance requirement of students in different programs, because the students can serve for industry, they can go and take up the internship, do the project like that. So the institution have the autonomy to decide the minimum attendance requirement. Credits in undergraduate programs, a student has to earn minimum 50 percentage of the total credits in a discipline to earn the undergraduate degree with a major in that discipline, that is core courses. They can take up, for example, 160 credits now. 50 percentage of the credits they can earn for core courses. The other things they have to choose skill courses, apprenticeships, and multidisciplinary subjects. The other 80 credits. Similarly, for 120 credits, 60 credits they can earn from core courses. The remaining 60 credits they can earn from the skill courses, apprenticeships, that is internship projects, as well as multidisciplinary subjects. The duration of an undergraduate degree shall be either 3 or 4 years, and a postgraduate degree shall be normally be either 1 year to 2 years. However, the duration of an undergraduate degree can be shorter or longer. So that also we can do that. See, these are all the things. What are the key provisions of the accelerated degree program? I am not actually, UGC releases 18 pages of draft regulation. In that, I am giving only a glimpse of all those things. See, the first thing I already told you, that students completing a 4-year undergraduate degree, honors or honors with research in relevant subject, level 6 in the multiple exit and multiple entry. Example, BSc honors in physics, BSc honors in biology, like that we can provide. And students completing 4 years undergraduate degree level 6 for BE, BTech courses shall be eligible for 2-year or 4-semester postgraduate program, level 7, that is ME or MTech, like that. So many things are there. Here I have to get all these things from Ministry of Education as well as MHRD. I have to acknowledge them. Then thank you for patient listening for the past 1.5 hours about the national education policy. Madam, are you there? Madam?
Participants, you can ask questions. Post your questions.
Participants, are you there? Do you have any doubt on this?
Ma'am, there is one question.
Yeah, tell me, ma.
Whether NEP can implement all over India, if so, then how many days it shall take?
See, it is not able to implement in a single day because we have to work, because government takes many initiatives, because we don't have a proper training or proper guidelines for doing that. That's why you have to follow the UGC website, and you have, because each and every institution have their own NEP coordinator. That coordinator has to attend all those kind of, see, you people are attending this FTP, so we have to get the knowledge about national education policy first. That leaders, that say the administrative positions, the persons who are encouraging the, see, engaging the administrative positions, top leaders has to take up this NEP. After that, they have to sit among themselves and they can take up, see, some, see, for example, we can take something immediately and we can immediately do that national education policy. See what they are telling us, we have to make our student ready to match up with 21st education, 21st century skills. That means, see, we have to find the demand in market among our local industry. Based upon their requirement, we have to restructure, that is revamp our curriculum first by getting the opinion from the industry expert as well as the academic expert. You have to revamp your curriculum, then you have to find the suitable pedagogy for teaching learning process, and also you have to revamp the assessment structure. Everything you have to do that. Finally you can produce the student which the student can be suited for not only for the Indian market and also for the global market. So for implementing, it is not in a single day, it takes a year, because all the higher education institution top leaders first get the knowledge about the national education policy, then they have to sit among themselves and they have to make the groups for implementing this in each and every step. The first thing, we have to promote our education institution into multidisciplinary domain. So instead of following a single stream or a particular program, we have to move on to multidisciplinary. See, our medical university can conduct other courses. Our engineering universities can take up health science courses in tie up with hospitals, industries, like that. We have to move on each and every one step by step, so it takes time. But the thing is, we should fix our mind to implement the national education policy inside our campus. That depends upon the top administrative position, the persons who are holding the top administrative position. They themselves first decide to implement and adhere that, then they can sit up and they have to do that thing. Next. Any questions or queries, participants?
How many years for PG program, ma'am?
What, ma'am?
PG program will be 1 year or 2 year? How many years, ma'am?
See, this is the thing, everybody is having that doubt. See, we have 1 year degree programs also, PG degree programs also we can conduct. See, the students left from 1 year itself, we can give the PG diploma certificate. When they complete that PG 2 years, they can get that. Or otherwise, if we can start up a integrated courses along with, see, for 5 years course, 4 year UG, along with 1 year PG. Like that, we can start the integrated courses also inside our higher education institution. That kind of autonomy they are going to provide. So these things we have to keep in mind.
Okay, ma'am. The questions are over. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Now, thank you, Dr. S. Priya, for your enlightening and inspiring speech on framework and implementation of NEP 2020. Your profound insight have provided us with a deeper understanding of the importance in this concept. Your expertise and wisdom has undoubtedly left a lasting impression on all of us present here today. Thank you, ma'am. We truly grateful for your valuable contribution to our faculty development program.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Now we are drawn towards the conclusion of this enlightening session. It's my pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the organizers, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to all of you for attending today's event. First and foremost, I would like to thank our esteemed speaker, Dr. S. Priya. Your session was both informative and inspiring, and we are grateful for your contribution to the success of this event. Next, I would like to extend our heartfelt appreciation to our Honorable President, Engineer ACS Arun Kumar Sir, for his unwavering support and guidance. Your leadership has been instrumental in shaping the success of our department and this event. Our sincere thanks go to our Vice Chancellor, Dr. S. Geeta Lakshmi, Registrar Dr. C.B. Palanivel, Additional Registrar Dr. V. Cyril Raj, Advisor Dr. Mehta, and Dean ENT Dr. Ekraj for their vision and encouragement. Your guidance has been invaluable in bringing this event fruitful. My heartfelt gratitude goes to my department head, Dr. N. Kanya, and my colleagues who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure the smooth running of this event. Your dedication and hard work are truly commendable. Finally, I would like to thank all of our participants for your active engagement and participation. Your presence has made this event a truly interactive and enriching experience. Once again, thank you everyone who has contributed to the success of today's event. We hope you have found it both enjoyable and beneficial. Participant, please fill the attendance and feedback link without fail within 15 minutes, which will be shared in the chat box.